Ain't nothing to it
What
but
up, thing?
ain't nothing to it but to do it, honey.
Girl, that's
Yes.
I'm ready for the weekend again.
Oh, me too. Not that it means anything with us. It's just another
Right.
day.
But it takes one thing off my plate.
Oh,
One.
yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. It takes that
Yep.
homeschooling stuff off your plate. That's
Yep.
right. All right. So, hello, everyone. Hey, guys. Whoop, whoop. Hi, everyone. Thank you guys for joining me for another episode of my Success-prener Chat. We're going to continue on with this conversation of how to overcome being an anxiety-preneur. Tonight is part 2. I got some heavy hitter guests on panel for y'all right now. If you're not following these awesome ladies, make sure that you are. They're the leader in their industry. They're the master of their lane, and they're gorgeously beautiful. Right? So what we're going to do tonight is that we're going to be talking about the perspective of being an anxiety-preneur. I don't care how strong you pretend that you are, you do go through some form of anxiety, whether it be every day or multiple times a week or whatever. And we're going to be discussing that tonight. It's a safe space. Share your thoughts, share your opinions, share your experiences in the chat. It's an absolute safe space to do that. So before we get started, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping for you guys first. First things first, if you're watching this live, or if you're watching this on replay, start a watch party. Get this out. Like, we're always quick to share the gossip or what's going on in the world today as far as politics and social unrest, right? But this is the information that your sister girl, your friend, your auntie, your mother needs to hear, because I'm pretty sure she's calling you all the time talking about her anxiety experiences, right? So definitely start a watch party. Share this out. Definitely get it out to everyone. I'm going to jump over and have Sasha. You could jump in and just introduce yourself, love.
Yeah, definitely. As she said, my name is Sasha Figueroa. I am the CEO of Figueroa Virtual Services. I am your number one operations manager and system strategist. Systems are very important to me. I help service providers and course creators shift from an employee to the CEO role of their business. It's a very big difference. I try to help them gain that clarity and get that blueprint that they need to go from employee to actual CEO.
That's right. And she does an amazing job at it. She's number one. I was talking to a young lady the other day who sort of told me she did the same thing as you. I'm like, girl, you need to go over to my girl Sasha Figueroa. Get that part together. So I hope she reaches out to you soon, right? So Shanta Burnett, girl, looking fierce and gorgeous.
Hey,
Jump in and
ladies.
introduce yourself, mama.
Hi, guys. I am Shanta Bennett. I am your freedom liaison. I'm under construction right now because I'm doing multiple things to kind of like rebuild my brand. So I don't have like my intro, but I will share my business page. It's AATC U-Haul. I am a local U-Haul dealer. So if you want to support me, give me a call and I can reserve your U-Haul.
That's right. And I say that you're in the transition phase, the elevation phase of your business, which can give you anxiety. And also it can be the most exciting part because you're stepping into something new and better and greater. So that's super awesome. So before we get into our talking points, we have 6 awesome talking points for you guys tonight. I was telling the panelists today before we hopped on that I wanted to share something about the challenges that we as women of color, we as Black women are facing in America right now. And I don't want you guys to become so comfortable into thinking that these challenges are all going to be resolved within 4 years. Okay? Because not all of them are. Maybe 1 or 2, but not all. So I wanted to talk about this and bring it to light and also address it, because all these things that I've done some extensive research on is actual current challenges that's going on right now that we as Black women and women of color are facing here in America. And if any of those challenges I'm going to list here on the screen, if any of these challenges you guys are facing currently, so if the panelists, if y'all can just go on mute, so I just, I share the screen for a second and show the attendees. But if any of these challenges resonate with any one of you, please type that in the comments down below. Okay. So the first thing first.
Leticia, real quick. When we go on mute, it kind of messes up your sound. So I think we should stay off mute.
Okay. No worries, mama.
Yeah.
No,
it messes up your sound a little bit when you go on mute.
Okay, do I sound good now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome sauce. We're going to keep it like this. We're going to keep it like this. So as I mentioned before, if any of these challenges you guys are facing currently right now, say so in the chat, right? So currently the challenges that being faced by Black women, women of color, is lack of support for our businesses, right? How many of you guys had a business idea recently? Maybe you're a 9-to-5 worker, right? And all of a sudden you have the idea to start your own business, or maybe you have thought of that within the past 6-7 years, right? And the first thing that you get from someone was they're asking you, oh, that's not a good idea, right? Or I don't think you should do that, or that's risky. Nobody's going to buy that product. Nobody's going to buy that program or course, whatever. We do not get a lot of support whenever we are stepping into entrepreneurship, stepping into it and during our entrepreneurial journey, right? The second challenge is lack of work-life balance. We are handling a lot. We're paying the bills. We're managing the household. We're taking care of the kids. We're cleaning up. I mean, we play so many hats within a time frame of an hour, literally. That does become a challenge for us, right? Also, number 3 is the lack of mentorship, guidance, true advice, right? No capital. We don't come up with a whole bunch of money in our buckets to say, okay, we're ready to start a business, let's make it happen. Normally we don't have a lot of capital. And then we have goal avoidance, poor representation, how we as Black women are looked at on the media, on TV shows and what have you. We definitely do have some poor representation. And last but not least, worrying. And I have a couple of more. We may bring those up later on the show. But if any of these resonates with any of you guys who are watching this, please feel free to type in me in the chat. All right, Shanta's back. Great. So those, Shanta, Sasha, did any of these points resonate with you guys? What I just shared?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Absolutely. And I know many of you guys who are watching, I know some of these points stood out for you guys definitely. So also during the show, guys, the ladies are going to be sharing their personal experiences that they have had dealt with as it pertains to anxiety and how they overcame it. Are y'all comfortable with sharing y'all personal experiences, ladies?
100%.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so let's jump on into our first point. We're gonna go through the same talking points that we did last week. So let's jump right on in. Now, for me particularly, this is hard for me to do at times. Take a damn time out, right? I call it whenever I'm in my zone, right? Like I always tell my kids, every time I get in my zone, y'all come in here, y'all bother me, y'all ask me a question. I'm in my zone right now. But my zone
Never fails.
can go for 6-8 hours. One time my husband said, sometimes I gotta peek my head in the room to make sure you're still alive. Right? So taking a time out is so important. Not only does it help you reset your mind for a second, because you could get exhausted just thinking, right? It helps you to reset, refocus, really look at your day and say, let me just check out my list for a second. Can I really complete all this? Right? So Sasha, talk about taking a time out. Talk about your experiences with that.
I'm actually dealing with that a lot right now, to be honest. And it's kind of taking time out on both ends.
Yeah.
One, in order for me to take time out for my family and have that balance that you talked about earlier, I have to shut down work. And when I shut down work, I get anxiety from shutting down work and wondering who's trying to contact me. And then I get I seem to get notifications like crazy when I don't know if it happens that much when I'm working and it just seems like it's more when I'm like pulled away. But so I get anxiety when I turn off work, and then I get anxiety when I hear the kids or see that they're on the TV for too long or they're fighting, and I feel like it's because I'm not there giving them that attention. So I get it on both sides. What I've started doing recently is I have designated days off, and I tell you, as easy as that sounds, it's not easy.
No, it's not.
It is very hard to do. The last 2 weeks, I stuck to it 100%. Friday and Saturday I tried really hard not to like connect and just do family stuff, housework, because that's a big deal. And I felt in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, is somebody contacting me? Does somebody need something? Is there a fire to be put out? Are they going to think that I'm not doing my job properly? Are my clients going to freak out on me because I'm not like at the whim messaging them back? Or it was stressful. It was stressful.
Yeah.
It was hard, but it's crazy because it was stressful, but I was trying to do it to take away stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was very hard. It was very hard to do, but it is important. And I'm noticing that it's really just me. Nobody really comments. It's really just me worrying about it. And then when I take 2 days off, I feel like I took a week off.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been gone for days. And I'm
so
like,
much changes during that time.
Girl, it's only been 2 days. Relax. Relax. Seriously. It's hard. It's very hard.
It's not going to end. Absolutely. And you know what? And I totally can relate to how you feel, Sasha, because we want to be the best at what we do, and we want to be accessible to our clients, right? With that said, when they send us an inbox, we want to say, okay, let me respond to you right away. Because most of the time when my clients inbox me, they're in thought. Like Sean, you inboxed me this morning, right? You was in your thought process of this is what you're planning. And I'm like, oh, I see this. She inboxed me. I got to answer. And there was times where I almost damaged my phone because I was in the middle of washing dishes or cleaning the baby, right? And my phone fell in the sink. And I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like mad at myself. Like, Tisha, you couldn't wait like 5 more minutes before you answer.
Right.
And it's that dinging noise that our phones make that gets us so anxious to answer the message, right?
Oh,
So sometimes, my phone is on do not disturb I just did it automatically. So from 9 p.m. all the way to 5 a.m. the next day, I don't hear any sounds, at all on my phone, unless it's like from my top people, like my husband, my mom, or something like that. They can get through, but everything else can't. So there's several ways you could take time out. You can put your phone on do not disturb. You can, have, and you helped me with this, Sasha. You really did when you said, girl, you need to have like business hours. You need to have an actual day off. And because I was like, that's a great idea.
It's very important, but it's very hard. And you said you put your phone on do not disturb. I actually started doing that recently, and I really enjoyed it, and I didn't realize how much I enjoyed it until I was like, oh wow, nobody's contacting me. No, I forgot I put it on do not disturb.
Yeah.
So my next step, I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Oh, what is it, girl?
Is taking my phone away from my bed. But I think I might have to go like to phone anonymous or something.
But that is a great idea.
I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
And there's times when you would message me, Sasha, or somebody else, and you'll say, Coach, don't read this right now. I'm just sending it to you. And I start reading it anyway.
She's gonna read it.
I don't know. It'd be like 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, oh, okay, what's it? So
Right.
Yes, go ahead, Shanta.
Have you ever jumped over your bed to grab it off the charger?
I know, right? But that is a good idea, though, to take the phone away. Just take it away from the bed and just like put it on face down. Put it face down.
Oh, no.
Okay, go ahead, Shanta.
Well,
what do you have to say?
I work from my phone all the time, so my anxiety comes when it rings. Like when it rings, it's like, okay, what kind of call is this going to be today, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't even realize that I needed to take a nap during the day until I took a nap, and then I woke up and I felt so refreshed. And like Sasha said, I almost felt guilty of taking that small time, out for myself, because like you said, like the hours, like when I go to my office, I go from 10 to 4, but then you come home and I got the laptop right back up. So it's like, I need to set those hours.
Yes.
And be on the computer from 5 until midnight. You know what I mean? It's like, you haven't interacted with anybody. So it's like, so I'm going to take that.
I know.
So I'm definitely going to take consideration, Sasha.
Yeah, definitely. And we trip ourselves out because at one point I had to say, Leticia, even though you're not in front of your laptop and you're on your phone, you're still working your business when you should be taking a break. Should be taking a break. And trust and believe, don't get it twisted, y'all. I can take a break from my business. But the point is that I love what I do. You know, and Sasha, you love what you do. Shanta,
Yeah.
myself and my clients on here, they love what they do.
It makes me feel good when I walk into my office. If I'm not in here and the kids are doing their own thing, or and the hubby's doing his own thing, I'm like, I might as well be in my office.
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well.
I do the same thing because I'm not a TV girl. Those of y'all who are tuning in live right now or watching this on replay, are y'all TV girls? Like, I'm not a TV girl, you know?
I like TV, but I just if I have free time, I've learned to be like, I start weighing things. I could do this, 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 and this. Which one do I want to do? And none of them make me money, so I don't do them.
It's not, you're like, I'm not interested in it, you know?
I'll watch it another time.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like my day is built around my business because like we all said on here on panel, we love and enjoy what we do. We want to genuinely help people, right? So taking time out in your business is something that we are practicing doing every single day. Some days we fail at it. Some days we do very well at it. But listen, y'all, you got to take some time out. It does absolutely help with your anxiety. And like you said, Sasha, it's not the end of the world if you get a message and you don't respond right away. Another thing I started doing, catch this tea, y'all. I would get a message, y'all, but I won't respond to it then and there. Right now I'm trying to slow my brain down. Well, you know, I'm taking these products now, but you know, we talk about that another time. I'm slow. I know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, I'm slowing my brain down, and it's like, okay, don't respond right away. And it's not that the message is bad. I'm not saying that, but I could ramble off of a lot, especially now. You know, we can do these little voice clips in Messenger. That
my goodness, I gotta tell you something about that. Go ahead.
It turns into 100 1-minute clip, and I've done that to you many a time, Sasha. I'm just like, well, you know, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, girl, did you guys ramble? You hate it when people do that to you. Why are you doing it to other people?
I don't even start. I wait.
Go ahead, Mama.
I just wait. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait till she's done because I know there's more coming. I'm just gonna let it be. And I go, okay, how many are there? 10? I got to take 10 minutes and put it aside to listen to all of them.
Therese all the time. I do it to her all the time.
I like them though.
I do too.
Yeah, I like them.
I just get mad when you're recording something and then somebody calls you and it deletes. You could be like at your final thought and then somebody calls you or texts you and then it deletes your whole recording. I'm like, shit, what did I say? I was just doing that with Dr. Ray today. It's like, what the fuck did I say? I should have just texted to her instead of recording it. But guys, we could be up in Messenger all day if we let ourselves, let that happen, you know, all day. All right. So were you on the second point? No, we didn't reach the second point yet. What do you have to say? You had something else to say, Sasha? I'm sorry. Before we jump over to number 2. Oh, she's putting us in their place. Oh.
I'm yelling at my son because there's pizza in the oven and I think it's done.
Yeah, y'all better get it out. That's why I tell my kids.
He's gonna get it out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I say with them. Y'all better get it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had one live I did on Periscope years ago, and Valora was like, not Valora. Valora wasn't born then. Aurora was like, "Mommy, I need cereal." I was like, "Climb on the fridge," and people was like, "Ooh, you're not supposed to say that." I'm like, "Shh."
It's like, let me mute myself so I cannot get myself in trouble.
There was no mute on Periscope back in them days. Those were the old days. Like mute. There was no mute. That's what it is. It was no mute button. All right, let's hop on over to the chat. Let's do some shout outs. We got Therese in the building. Hey girl. Hey, how you doing, Therese? Who else we have? We have Amora. Hey, Amora. How are you, love? What did Therese say? Therese said, I have it on, but not paying attention to it. Well, you have what on? Your notifications? Your notifications, Therese? What do you have on? We got Jean in the house. I see you, Mimi. I see you, Tammy, over there on Periscope. What's up? And guys, listen, if you haven't shared this out, please make sure that you share this out. So let's jump over to the second advice that we want to give you guys when it comes to breaking out of being an anxiety-preneur, right? Is to eat well balanced meals. So let me talk about this real quick, y'all, about eating well balanced meals. I was just having a conversation with my mom. I was like, Mom, we got to start meal planning. Like, go back to that. Like planning out what we're going to eat for the week or for the month, and then shopping accordingly. Because y'all, I've been really guilty of snacking, especially in the past, 3-4 days when this whole foolishness was going on. I was like, I need to know. So if any of you guys struggle with, those of us who are not patient people, we're having huge issues these past 3-4 days, right? Mm-hmm. So I snack a lot. I mean, a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm always hungry because I am nursing right now. So you're just naturally hungry, but I'm just choosing all the wrong options to eat. You know, eating a well-balanced meal is important. No matter, how much exercise you're doing, if you're not eating well and eating a well-balanced meal, like utilizing foods that give you more energy, that stabilizes you, not so much sugars, not so much salts, things like that, is important. So do any of you ladies, starting off with Sasha, do you have any advice that you could give people? Because girl, Sasha, you are working out, girl. I need to get my stuff together.
Yeah, I've been working out really good, but my food, for some reason, before the food was on point and then the working out was non-existing. And now that I've been working out, the food seems to be lacking. So because I felt like I gotta at least get one at a time. That was my big thing. I start to feel overwhelmed if I'm trying to accomplish, personal things too much at one time.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's so easy for me to be like, because it's personal, it's so easy for me to just dismiss it.
Mm-hmm.
So right. The working out was the hardest thing for me. So I focused on that. But what I do for snacking is I do have a problem with snacking, but because I don't go to the kitchen much, that helps. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I have to get up and actually go over there and that stuff, that helps. Now, if I used to bring stuff here and be like, oh, it's just so when I'm working, I don't have to stop. But that's a problem because that box of whatever that you bought that's supposed to last the whole week, next thing you know, because you had a stressful day, you're throwing it in trash. At one point, my husband would clean out my garbage. And my husband was like, is this all from one day? And I'm like, take the trash out.
Yeah, I know.
Shut your mouth and mind your business. It might be, it might not be. I don't know. I don't remember.
It may not be all for me.
Right. But it is. My thing is salty stuff.
Yes.
Popcorn, chips. What's helped to not snack now is the working out, because when I work out and I eat salty foods, I feel it immediately.
Yes, you do.
I can see it immediately.
Headache like that.
So that helps me to stay away from them. And then noticing that popcorn, I love popcorn. Like, it's sad how much I will go to the movie theater just to buy popcorn and then come back. I won't even watch a movie. Like, I love popcorn that much. It's so good.
I love me some pork rinds. If y'all ain't from the South, you don't know what that is.
I used to eat pork rinds like crazy. I don't even eat pork. Leticia, I don't even eat pork. And I see them in the store, and I walk past them and I'm like,
girl,
the only thing that has affected me is not eating those. The only thing.
No joke.
The only thing. It's sad. It's very, I see them and I'm like, I think I still remember the taste.
They're delicious. And if y'all never had pork rinds before, it's just fried fat. That's what I want to. And it's very salty. After when I had Tori 4 weeks ago, I had a pork rind bag in my bag, and I was like hungry before I had her. I was like, I'm so hungry. They don't let you eat till after the baby's born, honey. After she popped out, I went into that bag and I tore them up, honey. My feet swelled up so fast because of all the salt and all. The nurse didn't know what the hell that was. She's like, oh, but it looks weird to people who don't know what that is. Like, ew, what is that? But it's good.
It's very good.
There's some hot sauce on it. They're gonna be like, oh, no.
It's a wrap. It is a zap. Okay, those should be illegal.
They have them on the end caps on purpose.
Girl, yes, they do, honey. They're 99 cents a bag.
Yeah.
Girl, Dr. Ray, I told y'all, my dad from the South. My dad used to live on a farm, and he used to watch chickens get their head cut off and run around the barn or farm, whatever he lived on. But he used to talk about it all the time. So he used to come home with pork rinds and Budweiser. The 40s, y'all know, you ever see the 40s, right? Come on, and he would sit there and he loved car racing, so he'll watch the car racing on TV, and he'll have pork rinds and his Budweiser and just be like, he had this huge loud laugh. Oh my God, it like rings in your ear. I can remember it. Rest in peace, Daddy. But yeah, girl, I know what pork rinds is. I don't put no hot sauce on it because that's gonna take me straight to the bathroom. But I tear me up a pork rind.
You get rid of all that salt though.
I tear this so up, honey. I tear
Me
up.
too. That is my weakness for sure.
Yes, popcorn. You like what you put on your popcorn? You put hot sauce on your popcorn?
I have put what is it called? Sweet smoked paprika. I put it on the popcorn before.
Well,
I'll get the plain one and then season it so it's like I'm not like I ate the plain one.
I ate the plain, girl. I'm on a diet a little bit. Yes, I like
popcorn. Dr. Ray's on here. She's gonna yell at us. She's gonna be like, "No, you guys cannot be in that 60-day challenge."
I know, right? I like popcorn with jelly beans.
Oh, I've never had that.
Girl, try it. Or gummy bears.
Gummy bears, yeah.
And M&Ms.
Mm-hmm.
Who said M&Ms on here? Teresa. Dr. Ray, we're not eating that now. We said, before. We said, but you know what, Dr. Ray? And this is a sidebar. I think Pleasure should come out with snacks.
That's a good idea. Yes.
I would buy a whole case of snacks from them. I would.
Yes.
You don't know what's in the bars. Because the snacks they got in the grocery store, like the healthiest ones, are nasty. They just it's not my ministry. Yeah, okay. Shanta, what's your advice on eating well? Because you be working out too in your group, mama, doing your squats and thoughts and not thoughts, but doing no thoughts in her group. No.
I mean, yes. Shanta, tell her yes. When you're doing your squats, you hone in on your inner thought. That's the way it goes.
That's why I got 5 kids, because I've been doing it in on her. Now I gotta suppress her a little bit.
Get it.
Go ahead, Shanta.
Okay. So, I'm loving my skinny brew, so I drink my coffee in the morning every day. I'm trying to stay consistent with that. Like Sasha said, we everything and spread ourselves across everything. It's like I be on point with my working out, but I'm not gonna stop. Like you haven't seen me in a few days, but I'm gonna pick back up where I started at. So what I've been doing, I've CVS had those tuna creations on sale. So I bought me a few of those because my problem was I'll be at the computer and I'll just be at the computer, right? Can y'all relate to that? Like I won't get water, I won't get food. Like so I'll just be at the computer. So okay, let me get this tuna. I can eat the tuna, you know what I mean, while I'm sitting as a snack to have something to get my metabolism going, because everybody that's overweight or a bigger size isn't that way because they just eat. It's because they're not eating enough. And then when they get something, it's the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not moving as much as you probably need to move.
That's true. So,
more. So I said, okay, the tuna, drink me some water, and then hopefully maybe by lunchtime or dinner, then I can, give me like a salad or something like that. But like I don't have like a regimen as of yet, but this is what I'm incorporating as of this week. And it worked today. Like I'm sluggish. My coffee keep me up and going. I don't be sluggish. And today my actually growled a little bit because of the tuna. So I guess that did get my metabolism going. Because I don't get hungry because my metabolism is slow. But we're changing that. Like you said, I'm in a transition stage all the way around.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, I think for me though too, Shanta, it's like now I'm trying to like rediscover what I like to eat. Right. Because a lot of times our taste and our desires for snacking and choosing what to eat, it changes. And I think right now we reach that point sometimes where we're like, let me figure out what I like first, that is healthy, because I'm not a salad girl. I can't have salads every day. And I was doing that. I was buying salads and kale and greens and stuff. And I was like, it would go bad because I was the only one eating it and I wasn't eating it fast enough. Another thing is I'm not this smoothie maker girl, like getting 10 different ingredients, putting it in my Nutribullet and smooth it. It just took too much time every day. And I have a lot of people in my house. And it's like, I would start making my smoothie and people are like, oh, can you make me one too? I'm like, girl, make your own. Like, I gotta make double the
Like, no,
ingredients. No, make it. Oh, you sitting there making it. Why can't you make? I'm like, listen. So I won't make it because I don't want nobody to ask me to make one for them.
I actually
Right.
can. That's so funny because I thought I did that. I do that. Let me not lie. I do that, and I get irritated when I'm trying to make something quick, and nobody wants anything until the moment I get up to do it.
Until you get up and get
I call it eating electronics. They're
Mhm.
fine. They don't want nothing. And the moment I get up to try to grab something quick, they want everything.
I know. Can I try that? Can I, you standing there anyway? You can't make one for me.
No.
That's how I don't make it. I don't make it. All right. So before we go into the third point, let's check the comments out. So Therese said, my weakness is M&M peanuts. Yep. I can eat big bags. Girl, I had ate a whole big bag of Skittles like while I was pregnant. It was so bad. It was so bad.
We saw
The mega jug. Oh yeah, that's so bad. I just want to see her eat Skittles.
you tried to hide it.
No, I couldn't. That was gone. And my kids were like, can I have some? Like, this is mommy's medicine. Go ahead, Shanta.
Oh, my weakness is cheesecake and those what's those chocolate Dove bars with the chocolate and the almond nuts on it.
Girl, with the gold wrapping.
Yes.
Girl, I would eat that whole tray. And let me tell you, my husband got me one. Last week I said, babe, can you get me the gold? Because you know, we sister girls, we can't pronounce that name. Like, really?
No.
I said, give me the one with the gold. I don't know what it's called. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. But he know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
What?
So he brought me a tray, but he had the two different flavors. It was like a tray of the gold wrappings, and there was a tray of the the one with the white wrapping. And another. I said, I don't eat the other flavors. Give me the one with the gold wrapping. Like,
girl, so I can't buy it because if it's here, I'm gonna eat one every day.
Tear it up. I tears up that girl. I would eat that whole tray by myself. Would have like 3 in my mouth. Like,
look, well, sometimes you need it, not all the time.
Yeah,
a little bit at a time.
Child, tear it up. I be breaking them in half and like going in like, and then I eat the outside of it, you know. So I do, you know, it's my routine. Yes, honey. They go like, what the candy they talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know how to. I think I know how to say that. I think I know how to say it, but I feel like I'll say it wrong, so I'm not even gonna try.
I was calling it Bellazio. They're like, what the heck? The gold wrapping, you know, it's the most expensive candy on the rack.
The gold ice cream.
Say it again, Shanta. You broke up there.
Everybody knows the ice cream with the gold wrapper and the nuts and chocolate.
Oh, it's delicious, y'all. All right, Dr. Ray said, if you really from the South, put them with hot sauce. I don't like hot sauce. I just don't.
Yes, Dr. Ray.
My mom never made spicy food, so if I eat anything that's spicy, I go straight to the bathroom. I would murder, death, kill that toilet. Like, no. So I can't do spice, honey. Can't do spice.
I love spicy food.
Yes. Dr. Ray says she likes good snacks. Dr. Ray said, I'm so glad that I'm on this live. You can jump in if you want, Dr. Ray. You can.
For real.
Get on into this convo. It's the same talking points we talked about last week. So holla at your girl, and I can have Therese send her the StreamYard link. All right, so let's jump over to number 3 is getting enough sleep. I'm going to jump to you, Shanta. You talked about napping. Talk about the napping, mama.
Okay, so you know how some days when I was driving one day, I'm at the light, girl, I dozed off at the light. I'm like, wait a minute. I dozed off at the light while I'm just sitting there. So when I got home, I laid down. I took like an hour nap, and when I woke up, I just felt like renewed or something. Yes. And I'm like, I didn't think grown people took naps. Like,
I know. I have to force myself to nap. I literally do. I have to turn off everything in the room. I have to close the door because I just can't just take a nap.
Me either. It has to be dark. Like, it has to be dark. I can't see sun or anything because I'm not going to go to sleep. But what I have point, I've been going to sleep early at night. So like I try to get bed between, like last night I think I was in the bed at 9 o'clock. Like it don't happen all the time. But I'm trying to make a habit of that, to go to bed at least by 9 or later than 10. Because I do get up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
and I'm working
so you
as
need
early
to
as
sleep.
Yeah, so like I need to get my sleep, and even then, with me going to sleep early, when I wake up, I feel ready. Like I'm happy, you know, not dragging. I'm ready, and I'm on my way to, you know, doing what I need to.
Yeah, as an entrepreneur, a full-time entrepreneur, I know Sasha and I both are full-time. Our days are different. Like for a long time, people cannot understand that when they're ready to move around, that's the time where I'm on my laptop. That's the time where I'm connecting with my clients, going live marketing. And then when there's a time where I'm ready to go out to do my thing, they're not available because they're working. So it's always been like this imbalance of time, or it's my nap time. So balancing out napping for me was hard until like I said, I had to start to force myself to nap. So whenever I take a nap, which is normally in the middle, early afternoon, that's when people want to call, text me, message me, not clients or anything. I'm talking about people in my personal life. Because around that time they're on their lunch, they have free time and they just want to chat and talk and key. And I'm just be like, no, I'm sleeping right now. So I literally turn my phone off. You know what I'm saying? Just so I don't even get anything or messages from them, because I'm just sitting there like, well, that's your lunchtime. Like that's your hour of a break. But my break is me napping, so it's like forcing that. And like you said, Shanta, you do wake up more refreshed. I don't just wake up right away. It's like a lead up. So I have my active, you know what I'm saying? Once I wake up, I drink some of that, and that gets me a little bit more back energized, right? And I just start my day, right? I start my day. How about you, Sasha?
I can't take a nap unless it's absolutely necessary. Like I love naps. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love naps, but I will sit there unless I'm exhausted to the point where I can't even keep my eyes open. I will sit there and I can't take a nap. I can't fall asleep. So that hour nap that you should be able to just real quick, let me just close my eyes. That happens every so often. But I have to be really, really tired for it, because a lot of times I feel like my schedule is weird because my kids are, the homeschooling.
Yep.
So, and what's even weirder is the way my husband leaves for work, he leaves at night. So the way the day goes, if I didn't have a business, I would take care of the kids during the day. Then I would, take care of Hubs as he's leaving, because I got to help him get out the door because he's got he drives a truck or whatever. So it's a whole process. So in between all that, I got the business. So when it comes to nap time, if I take a nap, I feel like I'm wasting time.
Oh, I see.
So what I end up doing is I'll start getting on my phone, I'll start messaging people. Then next thing I know, half an hour's passed. And if I sit there longer, then I'm like, oh, I'm wasting too much time. It's so I won't do it. There are times where I need it so bad that I can just close my eyes and fall asleep. But I used to be able to do that a lot when my kids were younger, but now I can't do it. And then I say, well, I'm going to go to bed early. Like you said, 9 o'clock. I wish somebody would ask me if I was sick if I went to bed at 9 o'clock at night.
Mine is like 12 o'clock now.
Yeah. Mine is
like what you said, it's not like that every night.
Yeah, mine is like midnight. If I'm in bed by midnight, I feel like, oh, this is good. I'm good to go. But I've actually learned something from somebody that I wish I can implement. I think I'm gonna try, but I don't think it's gonna happen. She goes to bed early and then she wakes up super, super early and gets work done at the beginning of the day. The kids get up, she takes care of them, she takes care of her husband, she takes care of all that stuff, and then works again like in the afternoon. And I think about that and it sounds amazing, but it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
You know what though, Sasha? When I first started to get around more 7 and 8 figure earners, they have the weirdest sleeping schedules. I forgot, and I think I know what you're leading up into what that lady was mentioning her routine. I know there's a name for it. I forgot what name it is.
Well, I know that there's a what I started doing recently, I would say in the last 2 months is I've been reading this book called the 5 a.m. Club.
Yeah.
And I that works for me. 5 a.m. works for me. Sometimes it's like 5:30, 5:45, but the whole concept of it works for me. What she does is I think it's called she studies the Proverbs 31 woman. That's what she's studying. And what that is which I'm sure you know, is just like getting up before everybody, getting your business done, then feeding the kids. So that's the mentality she has, which is amazing, you know. And it sounds amazing, and I think it's great. But the way my life goes, it's
hard.
It just can't happen like that. I wish it could, but it just can't.
In a perfect world, it just is, it's a non-existent routine that's not going to work out.
Yeah.
We look at ourselves like, oh my God, I failed at that. I used to wake up at 3 a.m., in between 3 and 4, you know, and I would get so much done, girl. I mean, I was on a motorboard. But as we get older, you know, and then, you know, with the whole remote learning, the remote learning has totally shifted. And I know if you say Sasha, you, Shanta, our schedules, our daily routines, we're still getting adjusted to it. we are, right?
Right.
It is hard because, like you said, you can't just take a nap because you have young children. Like I have young kids and I have 2 older kids that helps the younger kids out with their lessons. So I can't break away and just, you know, and I know that, you know, my 2 older kids will make sure that the little kids get their work done. But you have young kids, right? So it's kind of like hard to leave them alone and let them, you know, figure out, oh, hey, mama. Let them figure out what they need to do.
Yeah.
I understand that. I totally understand that. All right. So let's jump over to number. Hi, Pumpkin. Here she go. Let's jump over to number 4. Is to exercise daily to help you feel good and maintain your health. Now, very pretty. I don't exercise all the time. I don't exercise at all, really. But what I've been making sure I'm doing is drinking my water. I've been on that, right?
Yeah.
I know you're exercising right now, Sasha. So talk about that a little bit, Mama.
I actually found that exercising is very therapeutic for me. I didn't realize. I hear people say it all the time. You hear people say it all the time. But let's be real. They're usually people that they're like this and they've been working out for years and they're like, yeah, it's so therapeutic, you know? so I'm like, yeah, whatever. But I can tell you from experience, it's very therapeutic. I know it sounds so silly, but it is cliche, but it's very therapeutic. I hate doing it, but once I start and I'm doing it, I love it. I feel amazing. It's just getting started. It's just actually doing it. And then there's little things that I do that I force myself to do, and it's all mindset. Let's just be real. It really is all mindset. And I used to think that, because I sit down all day, you know, most of the day at work, it's because I'm not moving as much. No, you just got to find what motivates you.
That's all.
So I found my motivation. And then yesterday, which I said in the 60-day reset, it was a big day for me. It was a big deal for me because I did not want to work out. I was getting I didn't want to do anything. I wasn't mentally, I wasn't ready to work out because I don't care what anybody says. You gotta get yourself prepared. Unless you've been doing it forever, then you just you just move. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want no part of it. And then my mother-in-law came over and I didn't know she was coming. I totally forgot. I looked at the time and I was like, who the heck is at my house? And she's like, oh, we're not. She's like in full gear. And I'm like, oh, and she's like, wait, we're not working out. And I'm like, I wasn't planning on it. And then at first she was like, fine, we'll just do something else. You know, I like the away time because she gets, you know, girl time or whatever. And then I was like, you know what? No, we can't waste this. We got to go. So we started working out. I was exhausted, but by the time we were done, we were dripping sweat and I felt so good. And then I told her to leave my house. I was like, no more. I'm done. Go home. So, but it was very beneficial. And if it doesn't matter what my advice to you would be, if you are good with plans, fine, but don't stick to a plan that much. If you don't work out and you give yourself a plan, you're going to fail.
Yes.
You have to just start working out, do whatever you feel. Don't be like, okay, well, I got to work on my abs. I got to work on this. Just pick one body part first. My thing that got me, actually, Dr. Ray's the one that got me out of that, when you cross that part where you're not working out, so you're working out all the time. And it was with squats. With doing the squats, I just did the squats and like 20 minutes of cardio. And I was like, well, I'm done. I did my squats. I did my 20 minutes. I'm good to go. And then as time went on, I was like, wow, it's actually really not hurt I don't feel any pain or soreness. And I know you're not supposed to be super sore, but at the same time, I wasn't feeling anything. And I'm like, dang, I think I got to do more. I was like, this sucks. So, which it doesn't, obviously. So I started doing more. And then next thing I know, I was getting to 300 squats in like 2 days.
That's amazing.
And I was like, dang, I think I got to do more. And then it just kept going from there. And then just pushing myself and realizing that I can say one thing. I don't care what anybody says. If they say work out in the morning, don't get stuck on that.
Yeah.
Just if you work out in the middle of the day, if you work out at night, just do it. Just do it. Don't get caught up on that. If you don't want to work out for a long time, just take 5 seconds or 5 minutes, 10 minutes out of your desk, out of your area, work out. Maybe work out with the kids. That's a big deal. My kids, they like coming down to the basement and working out with me. That helps because they watch me, and if they're doing things and I'm seeing them, I feel like, well, I can't let them do it by themselves. So
make it a family.
It's very important. It's helped in a lot of areas of my life. It hasn't helped with sleep. I know people say you work out, you sleep better, and that's only because I work out at night.
Yeah.
So we all know when you work out, what happens? The chemicals start rushing. So I wind up staying up later, which is fine because I'm still working out. I don't want to get caught up on that. I rather I'm not sleeping early anyways. So I'm not going to let that be a deciding factor of whether I do it or not. I wish I could do it in the morning and just get it over and done with. But it's just, if I have more time to sleep, I'd rather do that.
That's right. I'm the same way with
I'd
you.
rather sleep.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shanta. Go ahead, Mama.
Okay. Well, for me, Leticia, you already know. So my whole thing is, I'm like you, Sasha, like, don't get caught up on a plan. Well, I exercise not every day, so I'm gonna say it's not like a huge priority for me. So let me just be honest with it, because anything that's a priority, like, stick to it, right? So it's not like a priority to me, but I do get it in, and like it's be like 3 or 4 minutes, like you say, it's all mindset, and I'm working on it because like I worked out more this year than I probably ever have ever. So it's like I feel like if you somebody that don't work out all the time, just do something. It don't have to be like, for me, there's no rules. Like, do what's good for you. Me and my kids go to the water aerobics is what really got me started with trying to do things. And for me, my target area will be my midsection. So I do a lot of crunches or like leg lifts and squats too. They have like different squat challenges that I look up on Pinterest, and I do those sometimes too. I try to go live with my group to encourage other people, and a lot of times I do it and I don't go live, and I've done it. But I'm just trying to get used to just doing something and not get so caught up in, oh, I gotta, like you said, I gotta do this routine or that routine. It's just getting used to getting my mind thinking about it, and eventually it will be something that I just do, not even thinking about it.
Yeah. I know for me, the biggest mistake I made when it came to working out was that I was trying to get advice and tips from men about their routines and their workout routines and their meal plans and their daily regimen. I'm like, wait a minute, they're a man with it. Even if they do have children, their days is just dramatically different from ours, So it's like, we got to really look at, especially those of you, I know that's what you guys are going to do. Those of you who are tuning in and you're probably watching this, you're going to say, well, the first thing I'm going to do is figure out what my routine is. But be careful where you're getting that advice from, because you could be getting advice from somebody that does not have the same lifestyle that you have. And then you're doomed to fail, right? You're doomed to fail on that. All right, so let's jump on over to the chat real quick. I see it exploding over here. So let me say, hey, Nina, good evening, love. I'm happy you're here to tune in. Tree says she does have the 5 a.m. book. Yeah, I've read that book like last year. I should read it again as a refresher. It is a really good book. Yes. Elaine says some of us are owls, others are canaries. That's funny. Elaine also said, do it when possible. Absolutely. Nina said, I can't stay. I work out and enjoy yoga. I can't say I work out, but I do enjoy yoga. Yeah, Nina, I'll be seeing you over there doing yoga on the beach, though. I'm like, okay. She on the beach, honey. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. You guys are really saying some good comments. I love it. So our 5th tip is take deep breath. Woosah. Now, let me tell you something. If I don't go throughout the day feeling like I'm going to backhand someone, it was a good day. Okay.
True.
I get from the minute I wake up, guys, and I'm not kidding you. I get, Mommy, can I have juice? Babe, what are you making for breakfast? I get calls. I get messages. I get pulled in different direction. Mommy, when is my first class? Even though the schedule is up here all the time, every day, they still ask me when their first class. And if I'm not watching myself, me being a Capricorn, I'm going to explode. Like, okay. So taking deep breaths for me is important. At one point, and y'all going to laugh at this. At one point, I was taking deep breaths when I got stressed out, but I was doing it the wrong way, which was causing me to like hyperventilate and get more anxiety. Y'all laughing in the comments.
How are you doing it?
I was not like, you know, when you're breathing in, your stomach is supposed to like expand.
Yeah.
I was doing it like I was giving breath. Like I was ready to, have a baby, And
I would have been, if I was your kid, I would have been like, she's
my
about
trainer.
to blow.
Yeah, my trainer, Nishan. Shout out to Nishan. Y'all saw a picture of him? Yeah, so he was telling me how to do it the right way, And I was like, oh, okay. So all these years I was just doing it wrong. And no wonder I felt dizzy and like I was going to pass out, But you learn something new every day.
She said, no wonder I felt dizzy. I always wondered why.
I felt dizzy, Nishan. I thought it was just...
I think you were faking.
He's teaching me how to breathe. These are his tips. That was a thought in me, but then I transferred. He's helping me. Switch. Okay, so what's your advice on breathing, girl?
I do it quite often. This is what I do because I've learned to. Sometimes you hear things from people, and you look at them and you be like,
"What you say?
Are you stupid?" Like, but you can't say that. You can't say those words. So a lot of times it's with adults. Honestly,
girl,
the adults are the ones that make you have to stop and breathe. The kids, I could just tell them you need to go somewhere for a second. Like now, the adults, I have to really think before I talk because, I have my filter is there, but sometimes depending on when it is, it just comes out and it could start some drama. So there's times where I hear things and like I'll go back and forth with somebody, go back and forth with an adult, and I have to like, I'm like, okay, just and I literally go like this. And my husband's actually said, "Why are you breathing like that? What are you trying to hold back from saying?" And I'm like, obviously, if I'm not saying it, I'm holding it back from saying it. So don't push it. What are you trying to hold back? I'm like, and then I start going like this. I'm like, and I'm like, so what is it that you're trying to say? That's how it's like a shift. It's like a personality shift. I was like, so what did you want?
Like, I can tell you turn red.
Like, what? Okay, I'm gonna go.
You want juice? You want juice right now?
Okay.
Well, I want to tell you want juice now, right now.
Okay. Right now. Just you have to ask.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, there was this one time. I'm gonna give an example of when I had to like, I wanted to like just run out the house and scream.
Ooh, child,
My
talk
my
about it.
husband was sitting in the living room and I was working. And I was working. Like
Ooh.
I was in
You was
it.
in your zone. You
I was
your
in
zone.
it. And the kids come down and they're like, "Mommy, can I?" And I'm like, "I'm working. If it's not an emergency, I don't want to hear it." Now he's sitting in the living room, like literally we share a wall. So they keep coming to me and I'm like, "Your dad's right there. Go ask your dad." Did you ask your dad already? Oh, but he's watching TV.
But
What the heck am I doing? So I hear him laughing and I'm like, "Why are you laughing over there?" He goes, "Because I'm just waiting for you to spaz out on them." And I'm like, "You could say something, you know?"
Yep.
That would be, and he's like, "Oh, it's just very amusing." And I'm like, You just like me yelling at them." I'm like,
I know. I remember one time I was in here.
Bad guy.
Yeah. And we can hear I can hear my husband say, ask mommy, knowing that I'm in here working. And then I just snap.
I'm like, "Don't ask." I be yelling, "Don't ask mommy nothing." I'm not here.
I have levels, so like whenever I would get angry, my family would always say the name of the person that they feel that I'm channeling at that moment.
Oh my
so God. I know some of y'all sisters out there, y'all got some grandmamas that will cuss somebody for filth. Okay, I had an auntie that would make grown men cry. So whenever I get to my boiling point and I start getting cussing, Aunt Jackie, let's go do what we got to do. Because then Jackie, she's channeling grandma, whoever. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, don't get other women mad because you never know what auntie or grandmother or whoever they channeling in that moment. That's very important. Go ahead, Shanta. Can you hear us? I think something wrong with her sound. You can hear us, right, Shanta?
I don't think she can. She's muted.
Uh-oh. Sound issues. Yeah, Shanta, we can't hear you, so go out and come back in, doll. I think she's back.
Okay, there she goes.
Yeah, hear me?
Release off of her Wi-Fi. Go ahead, Shanta. We can hear you. I did it for you, love.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I just practice yoga breaths. Just inhale deep through your nose and then blow it out your mouth. So I take deep breaths all the time when I think about it.
Absolutely. And another thing that's good for us all to practice is just to tell ourselves it's not that serious.
Yes.
It's not that, girl. It's not. That's why I say to myself, girl, it's not that serious. Girl, calm down.
But for the most part, when people.
Oh, Shanta, we can't hear you, love. Yeah, you might have to go out and come back in. Go out and come back in, mama. Yeah, but you're in and out. So yeah, try. Yeah. So one point I want to make too is that, and this is something that I even struggle with myself, is that we channel our past negative experiences when it comes to anxiety. And I think if we spend the time and say, wait, is this response, is it coming from a past negative experience, or is this how I truly feel? So that's something that is so important, especially in this day and age with this climate. It's like, am I really upset about what I should be upset about, or am I channeling a past experience? But yeah, okay, good. Shanta's back. Can you hear us, Shanta?
Yes, a lot better.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead. Say what you had to say, mama.
It's
about breathing.
I take yoga breaths. Yeah, I just take deep yoga breaths, and then also when as far as I work with the public like over 20 years, so I kind of know how to deal with people when I know that they're not having their attitude is not because of me, it's because of something that they got going on. So that's right. I tend to just smile, and say, I hope you have a better day. Like I had a lady who had a reservation Saturday, and I was a little late. I be saying 10-ish, but her reservation was 11. Yeah. So I had to take the trailer down and bring the trailer back, and she had a lot going on. You can tell she just had a lot going on. Period.
Yep.
And I was just saying, I hope everything work out. And I was just trying to be nice, And then my thing is, when people get like that, I get nicer, because you're not gonna change the way I'm feeling and how my mood and joy is, because you got some personal stuff going on, and whatever you tripping off of probably need work out way. You can have an accident or anything, so just get your just exhale, breathe. You can go through that emotion, but don't be stuck there.
That's right. Transition from it. Because at the end of the day, it's not that serious. It's just not. It takes too much energy being mean and being nasty and having an attitude towards somebody who's totally not the reason for the issue in the first place. It's just too much energy. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. When it came out that Biden won, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go on Trump's page and see what he giving and stuff. So going there, people are saying all these things, and I'm going there just going back and forth, and I'm sitting there like, Tisha, why are you doing this? Why?
I mean, it's all right to put the petty hat on sometimes, but
matter of fact, let me say something else. So I'm posting pictures of Biden on my timeline, on Leticia Campbell timeline, okay? And I delete so many comments the past couple of days. Some of y'all probably didn't see it, or you saw it. People, I don't like him, giving me this whole long essay and stuff. One person, I put a picture of my stories of Camilla. Somebody said in my comments, boo. So I put question mark, because I'm like, maybe he meant boo, like, hey boo, like, boo,
you know what he meant.
I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was like, let me just, before I go bump, put my stuff out, my ammunition. Let me put on safety real quick. So I was like, okay, and I was like, question mark. Oh, I don't like her because she got her way to the top. I said, okay, then you need to get blocked. So I blocked the person. I'm not even gonna go back and forth. They put angry emojis on my stuff. Blocked.
Yeah, there's too much energy being put to things that
too much.
It's not worth it. There's times where I get frustrated, and if I have a hard day, like with the business, I have to catch myself to not respond because I still got that energy. I constantly tell my husband, there's certain times where if I feel like I'm absorbing a lot of energy, like a lot of emotional energy, like if it's easy to suck on me, I have to tell him, if he's watching something, he really likes politics and he really likes a lot, things like that. He doesn't get involved in the comments, but he enjoys watching it and podcasts and things like that.
Yeah.
So I have to pull myself out and be like, I can't watch that right now because I'm where I'm at right now. I will absorb all that negative energy and I will sit there and be in that space. So I've learned that about myself. So I have to pick and choose. If he's had a hard day, normally I could hear it out. And there's times where I can be like, really, right now, I just don't want to. I have too much. Yeah, I got too much to do. I can't take that right now. And you have to know yourself, and you have to be willing to tell somebody it's not personal, but at this moment in time, anything you basically word vomit on me, I'm gonna absorb it. It's gonna mess up my day. So I have to really be mindful of that. And there used to be a thing that I used to talk to somebody that every time I spoke to them, because they were in such a negative place, every time I spoke to them, I would get off the phone so
angry,
drained and angry, and I had to think about it. I was like, oh my goodness, they let it out, and now they feel better, and now it's on me.
Now it's on you, and there's a word for that. I forgot what the word is. I'm that same way too. So I have a family member. She loves watching the Love and Hip Hops, the Housewives, all the confrontation shows, and I can't sit there and watch that all day. People fighting all day. I can't. Even stuff you pick up on YouTube and Instagram about people, injustice and stuff. I could watch that, but for a brief moment before I just take it in, and I can't focus on anything else. But such and such was fighting. Girl got her wig pulled. Boy got arrested, and he wasn't supposed to. It's just so much. So we have to be more active, especially this day and age, is guarding our minds, guarding our mouths, guarding our hearts. Because we could take in a lot of garbage.
Our ears.
Yeah. Our ears. Yes, definitely. You could just take in and then spew out anger or just, nervousness unknowingly,
Right.
and you don't really know where that's channeled from. So that is important. I'm reading this book, and it talks about that. It says if you put garbage, if you listen to garbage, then what do you expect? If you're listening to negative stuff all day, what do you expect? If you're listening to all the stuff that's not really pouring into your spirit or helping you reach your goal, what do you expect? And that's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down. So let's jump into number 6, guys. This is our final advice as it pertains to how to break out of being an anxiety-preneur. And this right here, number 6, is so important. It's just do your best, y'all. Do your best. All the ladies on here mentioned that they setting routines. If you don't stick to it, just try to do your best. Get exercise in anyway. Getting your breathing, getting some sleep anyway. Do your best. When you go every day, doing the best that you can do. I was reading this book one time called The Atomic Habit, and what it says in there is that if you do 1% better every day, just imagine.
1%.
Yes, just imagine how there's going to be a dramatic change in your life and your business this time next year. Just do your best. It's like we all want to be great. We all want to be amazing. We all want to get things perfect. But really all we are called to do is get out there and just do our best. And that's something that's very much so important. So how do you feel about, doing your best, Sasha? Because you work with entrepreneurs, including myself, as it pertains to systems and things like that. So you got your clients fighting to do their best. Then you want to do best as an entrepreneur. Same thing as you being a mom. So, yeah, what is your advice on that, Mama?
Give me 1 second. Go to Shanta. Give me 1 second.
All right, I'm going to go over to Go ahead, Shanta. Talk, Mama.
Okay. So
doing your best.
me, I would say stop looking to the left and to the right.
Don't look to the left
and to the right. Unfriend people that are in your industry doing the same thing. Unfriend them because it's so easy to get distracted, because that was part of my problem, getting distracted.
That's right.
Don't compare yourself to other people. It's a lot of people that's been doing what you're doing or trying to do, has been doing it longer. There's some people that may have a bigger support system or a bigger team. Some people are one team people.
That's
one team players for right now, like myself. So my thing, I don't get caught up in who's doing it further, who's making the most, or whatever it is you got going on. Is get started doing something. Do a whole bunch of stuff, until a few things stick out to you that you enjoy doing, that you don't mind waking up, on to do. And stop telling people, and that's what I'm learning, how to keep my mouth closed. Stop telling people about everything that I got going on, because as soon as that one negative feedback or that one negative, oh well, I don't know, you're gonna doubt yourself. No matter how strong-minded you are, you're gonna doubt yourself. Because number one, you don't believe you can do it anyway. You're just trying to do it. So if you just keep your mouth closed and just go ahead and do it and see the finish line, then talk about it when you get it done. And
that's right.
Like I said, because you could be very well where you need to be in that space, because you're looking over here and you're looking over there, you don't see that. So that would be my advice. Do your best, do what you got to do, keep it to your chest. I know you was excited about it, but complete it, do it, and get with people like Leticia, Sasha, our team. I love the amazing group that we are. And if you're gonna talk to somebody that understands your language, because your friends may not understand your language, they may not see your vision, they may not see what you see or feel. So you gotta discuss that with the people that's on that same journey that can understand their language.
Absolutely. And it was so important is that when you mentioned don't look to the right, don't look to the left, that's like you, if we like you could probably ask those of you who are watching, you're probably saying, well, how do I know if I'm looking to the right, looking to the left, getting distracted? Me personally, if I'm doing this on my phone, that's me looking to the right, looking to the left. That's me getting distracted. Because we are all of us on here are entrepreneurs. Most of y'all who are tuning in are entrepreneurs. We can't really spend time being fans or consumers. We're content curators. We're business owners. We're entrepreneurs. We should be out there publishing content instead of consuming so much content. I mean, there is a time for your self-development, you taking a class, a course, or whatever. But anything beyond that is information that you don't need, that's not going to make you money, that's not going to get you to your next level. So I have to literally monitor myself, because I will get caught up in that social media black hole really fast and spend a whole hour looking at all these different videos, because you know how the analytics work. Oh, she was hovering over this video, so maybe let's suggest this. You know, YouTube is and Instagram are amazing at that, keeping your attention grabbed to stuff, to nonsense in most cases, right? So,
Right.
and that's important. And also, you know, going back to what you were saying, Shanta, is about one of the things I was listening to ET a couple of years back. And I got to find this video so I can put it in the group for you guys. And he said, you got to get from around broke-minded people. You got to get from around broke people. You got to get from around broke-minded people, because they're going to get you into a state where you're just going to throw everything off the table and say, you know what, forget this. It's too hard. It takes too much work and all these things, because you're around so many broke-minded people, you know, and they're just, it's like that crab in a bucket effect. They're just pulling you down, pulling you in. So that you can be, because misery loves company. It really does. It's a true statement, right? Go ahead, Sasha, what do you have to say about doing your
I kind of want to piggyback off what she said on looking at other people. Doing one, you got to do your best, but you got to do one thing at a time. You can try many things, but one thing that you kind of put out there, and I've stuck to it. You put it out there a long time. One of the first things I heard from you was you got to give whatever you're doing time. And you can't just keep jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. Now, that has helped me, because I am that serial, you know, business person. I'm not anymore, obviously, but I was. And when you're around people that don't have that entrepreneur mindset, because it is a mindset, there are people that they're good with the 9 to 5 to, you know, that quote unquote 9 to 5. And there's people that are that entrepreneur mindset. I can go off this tangent of everything I want to do in the business and speaking to the wrong person, and not that they're wrong, they're just not the right person to speak to. To them, it sounds like that sounds like a lot. That's a lot. You know, how are you going to accomplish all that? Or does that, why would you even try to do that? Why would you put yourself through that? Why would you? And then you start thinking, oh, why would I put myself through that? You know, why would I do that? But if I talk to you, or if I talk to Shanta, or if I talk to Dr. Ray, or I talk to, you know, Therese, and I say, this is what I want, this is my big picture, you're like, oh, well, what can we do to make that happen? Let's make it happen. It's a different mindset. So if you talk to the wrong people, your dream is not going to happen. And then with the whole working out thing, that's a big thing for me. If I don't work out today, I don't start tomorrow dwelling on the fact that I didn't work out last night.
It's done.
Yeah, I don't do that. That's because that will mess me up big time, because I'm the kind of person. Right. I'm the kind of person that if I sit in my pity, I will sit and sink, and I don't start saying little things. I'll go like to the most dramatic thing. Like today I did it. Actually, I told my husband, I said, you really think I should be doing this business? Maybe I should just
you question yourself.
You know, maybe I should just finish off what I'm doing, and then I'll just get back to being, you know, just mommy. And then literally like 10, 15 minutes later, I was like, hell no.
That's right.
What was I? What was that? Because that's what
their mindset. So easy to fall into their mindset.
It's so simple.
It's easy to give up, right?
So simple.
So it seems so easy. It's like
people always say,
how much easier would it be?
People always say, "Oh, it's so hard for me to come up with that decision to quit. It was so difficult for me to say I'm done." No, it wasn't. It was literally you saying, "I'm done," and that's how easy it was.
It's a cop out.
Absolutely. So one of the things that I started to become, and I'm pretty sure you guys notice this, is get laser focused. I have so many women, and most of y'all, you know, you and Sasha and Shanta, y'all one of those women as well, where you have multiple business ideas. You have ideas over ideas over ideas, because, you know, several streams of income, that's a real thing. But, you know, what I've been laser focused on is going back to basics and saying, you know what, let me make one thing successful. Let me get the one thing to 6 figures, and then jump into everything else, because that's what I was doing in the beginning. But we get so easily distracted, not with other people, with all these things we want to launch. I know you spoke to me earlier today, Shanta, about that, how you have this one idea, you really want to see it to fruition and see it successful. It's really you about taking that idea and say, you know what is my plan to make that successful, to get that to 6 figures, and then I'm going to jump on to the next thing, and to the next thing, to the next thing. And that's where you come in, Sasha. That one thing that we get successful, you're going to need a system for it, so you can walk away, not really walk away, but have other people take care of that, so
You
that when
can't
you
put it. Yeah, you gotta be able to have. You can't without those systems. You can't just put it on the shelf and think it's gonna work itself. That's just not gonna happen. So if
absolutely.
you don't, if you don't take the time, you'll get there. There's things like I have my community, my business partner, my executive assistant. A lot of times I don't know what's going to go into the community until she puts it up
Mm-hmm.
because she's in charge of it.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have somebody there with me and we didn't have those systems in place, I wouldn't be doing anything in there because I just don't have the time to do
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
having, sometimes the system is a person. It could be extra help. And you have to be okay with that. And I tell
Yeah.
you what, I'm paying somebody and now I'm making more money, which is
Absolutely.
crazy. That's a
Yeah.
whole nother
That's how it
conversation.
works.
Like
That's how it works.
it's like, wait a minute.
Mhm.
I'm paying out and now I'm making more. What? So you really just gotta one thing at a time, just and be honest with yourself. Don't say I tried, I did my best. If you did your
You
best.
know, and that's what I tell
Don't
people
cut yourself
too.
short.
Oh, I'm not making money. I'm like, did you do everything?
Did you
though?
really try?
Like, did you really do everything? Then that's where the excuses come. Oh, I work. I don't have time. I'll this and that. Okay, then you didn't do everything. I'm doing everything, honey. I'm throwing everything out of the woodwork and stuff like that, because that's how you get to that next level. If something doesn't work, try something else. It's just being consistent. And I don't feel like doing the same thing all the time, but it's just about that constant routine, right? I love your skin, Shanta. It's just flawless tonight, girl. No homo. Your skin look nice.
That's how
I just have to say that. I don't
that's
want
how you know you're from New York. Leticia, that's how you know us New Yorkers, no homo. But you're cute. You look cute. No homo though.
You look like French over here, no homo. But you look like that fade is nice.
Landing
so true.
What I'm already doing, maximize what I'm already doing.
That's right.
Before
and it's you figuring out what direction you want to go in.
Right, and then sometimes, like you said, you got to get started doing something to see, because a lot of people don't even get started because they want to have everything laid out perfect, and it's not everything laid out. Oh, I gotta have this website. I gotta have this. I gotta have that. Just get started. Like, you don't know what it's gonna end up being. You just
while they doing that, Shanta, yes, while they doing that, they're watching other people make money. While they trying to make everything perfect, they're watching other people make money. That's just what it is. Yes, Nita, New York. Yes, girl. That's what we say, honey. We don't want no lawsuits or people getting like, oh,
girl, we say it too.
Oh, y'all say it over there in Texas too?
It's universal, girl.
Okay.
It's just to cover your bases, just so you know.
Y'all say, because y'all two states, so I don't know. Sometimes it's just, I'm from state, so. No shade.
Yeah, no shade.
So listen, guys, this has been such an amazing conversation. I appreciate both of you awesome ladies being on here. Like I said earlier in this show, everyone, these two ladies are heavy hitters. Okay, like I said, they're the top in their industry. They are dominating their lane. You have to make sure some kind of way you connect with them. Therese has been posting their links in the chat. So for those of you who are tuning in live here on Facebook, you'll see their links. But I'm going to have them for those of y'all who are Periscope, Instagram, and other places, right? Sasha, how can people connect with you, love?
They can actually go to my bit.ly link and get connected in our group right now. We're building our community of entrepreneurs. I'm super excited about it. You can go to bit.ly/business elevation community, and you can get into the community of entrepreneurs. We focus on female entrepreneurs, but if you are a gentleman and you're looking to grow and find out what's going on, you're more than welcome. But my focus is female entrepreneurs because I know them because I'm one. So again, bit.ly/business elevation community.
Woo woo! Yes, y'all gotta make sure y'all get inside. We likes to help the women's. That's all. We likes to help the women's. Go ahead, Shanta. How can they connect with you, love?
Yeah, follow me at Shanta Bennett. Like I said, I'm in days right now. I do have a group. I don't have my link yet, and I'm just revamping everything. So just you can like my business page, AATC U-Haul. Call me, let me reserve your U-Haul. You can support me that way. But
That's
just
right.
follow Bennett and just look forward to the great things that's coming.
Yes, big things that's coming. Big things that's coming for all these awesome ladies.
That's right.
I can't say it. I just can't say this enough. You guys got to make sure you connect with Sasha. Make sure you connect with Shanta. I'm going to have you on my show in the upcoming week. So, because what you're building is something that's going to explode. So, like Shanta said, she gave you all the first notice. She's in that transition phase. So you want to make sure that you're following her now, so you can be part of all that awesome development. But thank you, everyone, for joining me for another amazing episode of my Success-prener Chat. I will be back on tomorrow. I don't have a time. You know, I'm a mother of 5. So when I hop on, I hop on. So make sure you have your notifications on. As always, guys, don't forget, get out there and dominate, because it's time to design a life that you, in fact, deserve. Till next time. Bye, guys.
My name is Darlene Anthony, and I am the CEO and founder of Purpose for Freedom, LLC. Before being in Leticia Campbell's coaching program, I was at a very low point in my business. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. What I was doing was not working whatsoever. But now I know exactly what I'm supposed to do, who I'm supposed to be helping, and why. I look forward to building a legacy for my children, my children's children, my descendants. I want to give them the gift of financial freedom, financial independence, as well as generational wealth. I will always recommend Leticia Campbell's coaching program. Why? Because she walks with you, she pushes you to be your best, and she does not allow you to wallow in self-pity or make any excuses. You got to get to work and use your gifts. Deciding not to join immediately, you'll be missing out on connection with these ladies. We have a tribe that knows my vibe. We are a crew that know what you have been through. And we are a team that shares your dreams. So go to CampbellSuccessNetwork.com now and get inside today.
Hi, my name is Michaela Sab, and I'm the founder of Super Sexy Reshape, partner with Herbalife International Incorporated. Before Leticia Campbell's coaching program, I thought I did good with my clients over the phone, but now I think I'm amazing with more tech-savvy techniques that I can use on different platforms, Facebook Lives, and also on my own personal conference with clients on Zoom. I always recommend Leticia Campbell's coaching program because she helps you to innovate yourself and your business and your brand. And I look forward in my 2020 doing my own personal retreat. Deciding not to do this coaching program, you're going to miss out a whole lot, especially learning how to reach people on different platforms. If I were you, I would give a gift to myself and invest in her coaching program. And I think you're going to love it.
Hi, my name is Mariel Morales, and I am the life artist. Working with Leticia Campbell has been amazing. It has changed my life. I went from working a job that I totally hated. I hated myself, I hated my life, to now living the life of my dreams. I'm every day a step closer to becoming the beautiful and confident woman that I deserve to be. I am so excited to have my new business that I have been able to create under the coaching of Leticia Campbell. Thank you.